Sweet. Oh my god, we can do this!
Yay!
Yay! Alright, lovely. Tell me about something you've been reading or watching lately.
Recently this weekend, I watched like the finale of Degrassi
Oh,
randomly.
okay. Nice.
Yeah. Um, it was live streaming on YouTube this weekend, and they just played like the last five episodes on loop for like 3 days. It might even be streaming right now.
Aw.
It was kind of cool. It was confusing though because I thought that it would keep going, but it just like replayed the episodes. That was interesting. That was fun. It kind of put me down a memory lane because I love Degrassi. Um, I got really, really into it because of my friend Britt Hollis, published author.
Yay! Shout out to Brit. She
um,
is a published author
yeah,
now.
yeah. Price Check on Love just came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
good title.
And yeah. So that was fun. I mean, I was reminiscing about like some old storylines that are really sad because Degrassi gets really sad. But because of that, I also started watching 90210.
Really? Have you seen it before?
I haven't. So I'm watching the sequel series with the children, with the
Oh,
kids.
yeah, they did make that.
Yeah, that's the one I'm watching. I haven't seen the original. And I actually haven't seen Degrassi High either, so I need to watch the original Degrassi. Because I was watching Next Generation.
Oh, sweet. What do you
Yeah,
think of
my era.
9012 90210? God.
I like it. I like it so far. I mean, it's rich kids, so it's a little bit different. Um,
I know, but that makes it
and
really fun.
yeah, it is really good though. I do like it. I think my favorite characters right now are Ethan and Silver. Just because I can relate to Silver's storyline with her very troubled mother,
Oh,
which I don't need to talk about. But
right.
I like that I like that these kinds of shows talk about really like important topics for teens and like the real struggles they go through. It's really cool.
Oh. Yeah, what are you watching that on, by the way?
Well, it's Amazon, so
Oh, it is?
yeah, yeah. I'm also thinking of rewatching One Tree Hill
Oh,
because
One
I
Tree Hill.
actually
Yes.
yeah because I haven't actually finished that one. But I watched like the first five or six seasons, and then I just kind of fell off of it. But that's probably one of my favorites, even though I haven't finished it. Besides Degrassi.
I feel like a lot of those older shows had so many seasons, and we just don't get that anymore. I feel like everything has like a
Yeah,
set, like one, two, on to the next thing.
right. Yeah, especially with the world going to streaming and
Yeah,
the
it's really
way
changing the way we kind of take in seasons of media.
yeah, especially with like the way that Netflix like does views too. Like
Mm,
their numbers have to be like super huge for a show to get renewed,
right.
and it's really really frustrating. I don't have Netflix anymore though.
It priced me out. Like don't
Hmm.
I don't want to pay for all these streaming services.
I know.
And I'm still an
Yeah.
advocate for pirating things. I really am.
Yeah, I'm starting to honestly because I
Well, no one
things are
can
too
afford it.
expensive. We live in a capitalist society that just kind of drags us all down.
Also, I just I don't trust streaming because of how many times I've been watching a show and then it just gets pulled off.
Yep, yep.
And it's
Yeah, I was
why am I
just
paying money for things to leave?
right, exactly. I actually just talked about that with my niece, because she is starting her own physical media collection, and
Yes.
so she just had her birthday, and I went to a bunch of thrift stores and bought her some of her favorite movies, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I think there's been this new push lately that more people are collecting physically just from going to thrift stores around me and running into people because I'm always, diving in the discs and looking through bins. And I met this
mhm.
guy that like he was like, "I'm looking for 70 movies, you're looking for anime. If we see something, let's trade." And I was like, "Cool." And I want more people out there doing that because it makes
You know,
looking for this easier.
that's so funny because I actually did like a very similar thing when I went to the thrift store yesterday. Because
Hmm.
a girl was looking at movies and she was like, "Oh, I'm really into horror movies and I don't know what to get." And I literally just started
Ooh.
grabbing movies for her.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice when people want recs.
Yeah.
Speaking of horror movies, I actually recently saw Iron Lung in theaters. I did that a few weeks
Oh
ago.
yes.
So Iron Lung is Markiplier's movie that he came out with. It's based on the game Iron Lung. That was done by David Szymanski, I want to say. And the game's really cool. It's this really interesting, like, deep dive. You're a prisoner in a submarine exploring a blood ocean, and from there it's go. So I don't generally, like, care about YouTuber projects. I'm not really into popular YouTubers. I think Markiplier's great, but I wasn't into his other stuff. So I didn't really go to the movie for him, but since it was based on this game, I was super interested to see what he did with it. So that's why I went, and I think I ended up liking it more than the people I went with, which is funny.
Yeah.
But it's it's the kind of like one man show movie where like you're just watching someone go through a horrible, horrible event. So the
Okay.
prisoner is named Simon, and he's welded into a submarine and sent down to explore this blood ocean. And they keep telling him over the intercom, like, yeah, once you're done with exploring, you'll be exonerated from your crimes and you'll be released. And Simon's like, cool, okay, I'll do this. And what really strikes me about this film is the film set, like all of the physical pieces, the way it was designed, all of the practical effects. And it kind of made me realize how much I miss seeing that in films.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I feel like practical effects is like, I mean, it's not dying out because there are still a lot of people
yeah,
that do it.
yeah, for sure.
But I don't know, there was a big push for CGI. And sometimes it works. Like I just watched some like behind the scenes stuff about like Jurassic Park and how they
Hmm.
were like they used CGI for like the first time to like really innovate the dinosaur movements, and it was like that's how you can use it really, really well. But there is definitely like an over reliance on CGI in certain aspects. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm with you on the practical effects though, for sure.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting. Everyone keeps saying, like, oh, this film's a one to one to the game. And I really don't think it does. It's very close. But just in the pacing of the game versus the film, you kind of start as you're the player character, so you're at zero and you are told to explore certain spots, and you kind of discover like that there is some eldritch horror in the blood ocean. Whereas in this movie, he kind of adjusted things so it's more like you kind of know from the get-go that something is fucked because he sees the
Hmm.
monster kind of early on, and then he discovers that a previous prisoner left those points and he follows them, and that's how it kind of keeps driving on. I think
Okay.
the thing that bothers me about this is it's a little long-winded, and I think like if he edited it down like half an hour, it would greatly increase the film. Like I think sometimes because time and money is spent making like these scenes, sometimes it's hard to like cut out and edit them down.
Yeah.
But if you want to see some really cool practical effects, insane amounts of fake blood, this is a very cool film for that. And visually, it's really striking in its storytelling. Like, he has really dynamic lighting on certain pieces to, like, this is the light up camera, this is the pendant of the last, like, seed on Earth, this is how the sub mechanics work. Like, it's really good in its physical storytelling in the space, but yeah, I think a little bit of editing on its part would help with, like, the pacing. But people love it. Like the guy sitting behind us was talking about how like, yeah, it's even better on the third watch. And I was like, dude, third watch. Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love when people go to the movie theaters several times.
Clearly he liked it.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people in the theater, they were like, this is really long. And it got me
Yeah.
thinking, like, what's too long for a movie? Because it was a 2 hour movie. Like, it's over 2 hours.
Right.
And I think a lot of people past like an hour and a half get kind of antsy.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like I don't know, there's certain movies that are really, really engaging despite the length. Let me just double check my time on these movies first, but like I think Martin Scorsese does a really, really good job of making like a very kind of like a long film seem really, really tight.
Sure.
Um, like I just watched Casino semi recently, and
Nice.
I was like completely engaged the whole time, even though it's a 3 hour movie. And I think that was really like a testament to the filmmaking and the writing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I feel like at some point probably like if Markiplier keeps making movies, I think he'll probably get the experience and I think it'll all work out for him.
Yeah, and honestly, like he's the main character in it, and I know a lot of people were criticizing it, but I'm like, he paid for everything to make this film, and he also made
Yeah.
sure his crew got paid double because their bonus was their salary again once it did well. Like, it's really hard to hire out a full set when you're doing all of the like mechanics and the editing and all the effects yourself. So I kind of get why it's like a limited cast and why he's kind of chewing up the set. I also saw criticism of his acting. They were like, "Ah, oh, he's so like not a AAA actor. He seems like too normal of a guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he's kind of playing a prisoner in a submarine. He's not gonna be like the most charismatic man anyway." So I just think it's funny that people are like, "Oh, it should have been someone else that could really meet the role." And I was like, "Does it need to be if the point is kind of the blood ocean and not the prisoner?" But I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
odd for me to think about.
No, no, I see what you're saying there. I think we live in an age where like the media we consume is so like commercialized and like
Well, I feel
we're
like they've trained audiences to want that.
yeah, no, that's what I meant. Like, yeah.
Totally. You don't always need the AAA big smile, handsome actor all the time. And I'm not saying
No.
Markiplier isn't lovely in this. I think maybe some of those criticisms would be not as harsh if it was edited down. I also think it's weird that the way the film starts, he's alone in the submarine, kind of getting the backstory of, hey, just do this and you'll get free, blah, blah, blah. So the audience kind of knows what it is if they're not familiar with the game. But then he kind of resurfaces, they fix the sub and talk to him through the portholes, and then send him back down. And I kind of feel like it would have been stronger to start with him being welded in, and then the rest of the experience is him kind of going crazy in the sub alone below. But I'm wondering
Yeah.
if Markiplier kind of mucked around with that kind of pacing so it wasn't so similar to the game setup.
Yeah. I think filmmaking is a completely like different medium too, so there's like different um restrictions you have in terms of like equipment and obviously like the budget. Um
Yeah,
so
totally.
and then also time too, because you only have a 2 hour movie versus I don't know how long the
Right.
game is,
Yeah,
but
for sure. You can spend more hours in the game. And I think uh, part of it was like he wanted to get the exposition in there. And,
mhm,
in a game, you can kind of slowly drip feed that because the person is engaged, they're playing it. Whereas an audience watching it is like, I'm starting from zero, what is this?
right.
So I think maybe
Yeah.
that's what that change was. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on it, but it's interesting because it's one of those films I watched and I keep thinking about. So in that way, it's successful to me.
Yeah, that's good.
So if you get a chance, it is totally worth watching. I think you would really like the set design and kind of just the atmosphere. I think the way the tension kind of builds up is interesting. He said he's going to try to get it to DVD and Blu-ray or on streaming. So I'll let you know if any of those come out first and be like, hey, watch this.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Awesome. Have you been watching any anime or reading anything interesting lately?
Um, not anime. But I recently read volumes 2 through 4 of Veil. I don't know if you've heard of that
No, I haven't. What's that?
comic. So it is a comic produced by Udon Entertainment,
Nice.
and it's written by Kotori. Um, I forget if it started online first or not. It's a full color manga, and it
Ooh.
basically follows this aristocrat who's blind and a police officer who becomes her friend and like helper, I guess, and they start this kind of very slow romantic relationship.
Aw.
And
That
it's
is not
really
where I
really
thought that was going.
yeah, it's really really beautiful. The artwork is so fantastic. Very vibrant colors. Um, and it's also kind of stylized like a magazine. So each chapter is cut in with like pictures of the characters in really fabulous gowns, and it's
Ooh.
really really cool. I would recommend it. It's funny, this is actually the manga that I bought for my niece, but her fiance bought it for her,
Oh, so
as
now you
well.
have a copy.
Yeah, so now
I
it's
love when
mine.
that happens.
Right. It's really nice. It's a very slow burn kind of story. It's honestly kind of like a vibe manga. It's not really like there's no heavy plot, there's no like real
Sometimes
conflict in
that's
the
all you
story. It's
need.
kind of
Yeah.
just yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just two characters experiencing life together, and kind of figuring out their relationship slowly. And it's really, really sweet. I really like it.
Oh, I do like whenever I talk to you, there's always like a romance manga somewhere in the background or a BL or
I mean,
something.
yeah, I am definitely like that is my favorite genre, and I own like
Yeah, that is your bread and
hundreds of
butter.
BL
That is
manga.
that is your stable. I get it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, speaking of reading, I picked up the Bloodborne comics. So
Ooh.
back when Bloodborne was out and like popular and whatever, they came out with comic books afterward, and it was 4 issues per story, and they've actually collected all of them. So each 4 issues is 1 volume, and I think there's 6 volumes in total. I've only gone through the first 2, and it's just like alternate stories, stories set previous or after the event of the Blood Moon. They're fantastic. Like if you want like an eldritch horror, kind of mental mind bendy thing, I only read the first 2, but the art's gorgeous, full color. I really love the ink work. Like I'm kind of obsessed looking at the panels themselves, but just the concepts they're putting forth about like what is humanity through the lens of this eldritch horror when like humanity's destroyed, like what is left, who are you as a person without the rest of society there. And it's been fascinating reading them. So I've been going through them slowly, but if you get a chance to pick up, they have like a group set or something. Totally cool. Totally worth looking into.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm definitely interested in like Eldritch horror. I haven't played. That's a video game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
Bloodborne was on the launch of the PS4 or close to it, something like that. It's older now, but
Okay.
it's very cool, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's a Dark Souls game essentially. It's from the
Oh,
same. Yeah.
I might not like it then. I'm really bad at Dark Souls.
I know. I'm not really good at them either. I keep playing them though, and I keep getting through them. But my brother will watch me play, and he's like, "Dude, run, go, attack more. You're too tepid. Go, go."
That's
And I'm like,
funny.
Adam, I'm
That's
gonna die.
that's your personality coming out though.
Yeah, it is. But also, they're just like really beautiful worlds to be in, and the characters are always like this weird, massive monster and human kind of combined. So, but Bloodborne's my favorite out of the bunch. I keep trying to beat Dark Souls 3, and man, that game is tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot. They're all really, really challenging.
Yeah, in a good way, but also like, you really have to have the energy for it. And sometimes after a work day, you're like, I don't want this. I'm gonna put Animal Crossing in.
No, that's definitely more my vibe. I've been playing the Fire Red remakes,
Oh
or
yeah.
not
Did
remakes,
you
the
ever
re-release.
play those when they were originally out?
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
was there.
Okay. I figured. Because that was right after Alpha Sapphire, I think. Omega Ruby.
Sapphire and no, that's Well, yeah, Sapphire and
Oh
Ruby,
yeah,
the
yeah.
original.
The
Or two.
originals. The alpha was
Yes.
later.
Yes, yeah.
So tell me about Pokemon.
well, that was kind of like when I first started getting into Pokemon was, the early
Yeah,
2000s,
Ruby Sapphire is your
2003.
jam.
Yeah. Um, and so when Fire Red Leaf Green came out in 2004, I had never played the originals. I played like Silver a little bit, but it was really cool to like experience Kanto with the fresh coat of 2004
Oh,
paints.
they're beautiful.
So
The red
they're really nice.
leaf, green, fire red. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I love the world and all the colors. It's great. So I've been playing that, and it's really, really relaxing. I find grinding for like levels to be really, really
Yes,
chill.
yes, I do that too. That's why I like SMT games because they always have a great soundtrack, and then you have to grind like your personas, and I love doing that at the end of the day. I don't know what it is. It's totally relaxing.
It is. And I feel like the newer Pokemon games, you have the EXP share, so you kind of lose that. I mean, you can turn it off, obviously, you can still emulate it, but there's something different about playing a game from 2004 that doesn't have that
It
mechanic.
just hits
It
right,
just
baby.
it just hits right. You're switching out your Pidgeys with
Your
another Pokemon,
Pidgeys.
and
What's your team? Don't tell me
so
Pidgeys. Tell me your team.
I mean, I do have a Pidgey.
Oh boy. No, that's okay. I love him. Go ahead.
I mean, well, so I don't have like so the way I play Pokemon, I don't like set my team right away. I catch every Pokemon on the route, and then I kind of raise them up.
Oh my
And
god.
as soon as I find a new Pokemon that I want to use, I'll switch out someone I'm not really
Sure,
using
sure.
very often. Yeah, so I raise everybody.
I
I
used
play Pokemon on
to.
hard mode.
Yeah, I used to. When I'd replay a Pokemon game, I would do like a gift only run. Like the only Pokemon you used, someone gave it or traded it to you.
Well, that's really cool.
Ah, it's a harder way to do it. I don't know why I did that, but I did.
That's fun though.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to put like those like restrictions on it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Pokemon, you and I both played ZA and we haven't really talked about it.
I know. So I got really, really into it.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
got a good
played. I
start.
played. Yeah. I played for like 10 hours roughly, and then I stopped, and I
Oh, did you
haven't
burn
really gone
out on
back.
it?
A little bit, yeah.
Totally
I
fair.
did like it though. I liked the. I don't know. I liked the setting and
It's so fun. It's like you arrive, the whole city's before you. It's got that kind of Paris vibe, which, Japan's obsessed with. And then I like that they were like, you can smudge your makeup. You have wide leg jeans. And I'm like, I'm home. This is my era. I love this.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely love the customization. That's something I really love in Pokemon, and you don't really have that in like the earlier games.
Nah, not at
So
all.
yeah.
Wait, did you say your team? What team are you rocking in Fire Red?
Oh right, I forgot. So I said everybody, but so I started with Charmander. 'Cause
Right.
that's my
That's your
favorite
boy.
Pokemon, my boy, my baby. And then I caught a Pidgey, a Spearow.
Nice.
I recently caught a Nidoran male,
Mhm.
and then I got a Pikachu. Um,
Classic.
yeah, and then I caught
Sure.
Rattata.
I think you can say it
And,
both ways. That
and
doesn't matter.
yeah, I guess so. And then I also have a Mankey.
Oh.
So yeah, like I said, I catch all of them, and I kind of pick and choose. So right now, I would say my actual like the Pokemon I would say I use more are Charmander, Pidgey, Spearow, and maybe Pikachu.
So are you
um,
still early on in the game? It sounds like you might be Gym 3 or something.
I'm Gym 1. Well, I beat Gym 1,
Okay,
so
okay.
I beat Brock.
Nice.
And I'm heading to Cerulean now, so
Nice.
I'm
Say
kind of
hi to
playing
my
it
girl
very.
Misty.
Yes. Yeah, I'm playing it kind of casually, very slowly, just whenever I need to, relax for a little bit.
I've been doing that with Pokemon ZA, and I keep telling myself I'll do like an hour a night or whatever. and then finish it up, move on to the next game. I've been saying that since this damn game came out.
Yeah.
Because
you've been
now,
playing it a lot though.
yeah. Now I'm in the DLC.
Oh, cool.
So the
How's that?
DLC, you remember in the first Legends game, there'd be like these black portals that would come down and different Pokemon would be in it. What the hell was that called? The Distortion.
Yes.
So this DLC is all about the Distortion again, but there's holes appearing through this different parts of the city, and then you have to make donuts with this girl who has a Hoopa. You feed the donut to Hoopa. Then you can go in the Distortion for as long as the calorie count is. So the higher calorie donut you give Hoopa, the longer you can be in the Distortion and find unique Pokemon. It's interesting. Okay. I kind of just don't care about the Distortion thing as much, especially with the main game done. Like, the main game does some cool things, like you go into the sewers, you go into the old hideout for Team Flare. Like, some neat stuff happens towards the end. It was really fun. It has a good build-up as it keeps going. I do think the best part of the game is, like, the weird little side quests, but I do think the city itself is kind of dead. Like, there's too many people just standing static in a city that's supposed to be lively. I think that kind of kills the vibe a little bit with this one.
Yeah, I feel like Pokemon's trying to be like super ambitious with the world and being more open world.
And I think they should. I just think they haven't hit it yet.
Yeah, no, I see that.
And I think they're so close. they're right there. They should take tips from other games. Like, if you're gonna make it more open world Zelda-esque, then like really build it up so there's just different events happening, more movement, more chatter, just more stuff in the town. And I don't want to climb scaffolding all the time. Like, I get that that's part of a city, but I'm so over it. No more scaffolding, please. Otherwise, very, very good game. I, for some reason, caught 4 shiny Pokemon. Then I got my shiny charm. Haven't found a damn shiny Pokemon. I am not shiny hunting. They lied with that charm.
Wow. That's wild.
I thought I could get a team out of it, but I'm like, I'll wait for the next one. Ooh, did you see the starters for the next one?
I did, yes.
Who do you like?
I really like Brout, the grass
bird?
type. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah,
I really
he's a
like
little
that.
angry boy.
I really like that oddly sexy water gecko.
Yeah.
I think she's cute.
Yeah, I think they're all cute.
They are. It's a good set. I want to know the final evolution. I always pick my Pokemon based on their final evolution, so I need to see those.
I'm the same way, so I might change my mind later.
He's very cute. I like his little attitude, little Brout.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
They're very good at making ideal starter sets, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I've never really disliked a starter, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's you always have your least favorite, but I still think they're all pretty cute.
I feel like they're solid with their starters, and there's always a least favorite in every generation where you're like, why did they make that?
Yeah.
But someone loves it. Just let it be. I get it.
I know. I have opinions.
Oh, who do you? I'm gonna get spicy. Which Pokemon would you be like? Cut them out.
Oh man. It's so popular, but I don't really like Rowlet.
Oh really? That's so funny. I have a Rowlet plushie right there.
Yeah, I mean it's cute. I just for some reason it doesn't.
It just doesn't spark joy. That's fine.
Which is weird because I typically love the grass types, like Grookey.
Really?
Yeah, Grookey, Sprigatito.
Yeah, Grookey was your boy.
Trico.
Trico's the bomb.
Turtwig. Yeah.
I like Turtwig too. I like that he's a little bonsai dinosaur.
Yes. So cute.
I always think of you liking fire types. I don't know. I guess it's Charmander. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it's mostly... Oh yeah, it's Charmander and Litten are my two favorites.
That's right. You really liked Litten. That's right.
I did. Litten was really cute.
And a Luchador Fire Cat. I mean, if that isn't built for you.
Yes, I know exactly.
I love it.
It's the gay Luchador cat.
I know, but everyone likes him. If you like wrestling,
Yeah.
you like him. You like buff things, you like him. You like cool shit, you like him.
Exactly. Yep.
There's really no
Very,
reason
very
not to
true.
like him.
And he's a dark type, so no one
And
can
he's
like
dark.
be
Bad
annoyed
boy.
that he's a fighting type, even though he looks like he's a fighter.
Yeah, but that's okay. We always get firefighting,
Yeah, I know.
so that's fair. He's supposed to be like a wrestling heel, like a bad guy, so dark kind of makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I still
about
have.
you? What are
Huh?
your spicy Pokemon takes?
Right, damn. I'm on the chopping block. Shit.
I wouldn't let you forget.
Oh, I kind of thought you would.
Nope.
Out of the starters?
Yeah.
Oh, I like all the starters though. Let me think. Oh, I know this one's super popular. I've never been a Torchic fan, and Blaziken's
Okay.
fine. But if
Yeah.
you say that, people
I
will
know.
jump you.
Yeah, Gen 3 is very special to me. My
And-
favorite's still always been Trico, but
See, I chose Trico the first time I played, and then I chose Mudkip the second time, and I love Mudkip. So
mhm.
I just Trico's great. Torchic doesn't do it for me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry,
get that.
everyone out there. I'm sorry. I know.
I'm kind of the same way with Fennekin.
Oh, but I like Fennekin.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like my favorite Pokemon is a fire type, but I don't typically choose the fire type in games.
I was kind of hoping they would switch it up and not do like fire, water, grass. Like it'd be fun to have like I don't know, dark psychic, bug, something like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
But I think
I-
they are like I don't break the system that's worked,
yeah, they're very traditional.
which is a shame. I like when they get weird with it.
Yeah, like Pokemon XD with EVs.
That game's great.
Yeah, I haven't played that in a long time. I don't know if I even like.
God
I
forbid you
played
find a
it-
copy. They're so expensive now.
I think they might. I mean, it's not. It might be just a rumor, but I think they might re-release it. On the
Probably. Why
Switch.
not? I mean, they threw Fire Red and Grass Green out suddenly. They were like, "Here you go. You guys like this, right?" Like it was so non-committal and meh.
Yeah, and it was really affordable too, surprisingly. So hopefully they do that again. Just toss XD Gale of Darkness on the Switch. That'd be really
I
cool.
wonder if this was a test to see if putting like a ROM of it out there would be worth it profit-wise.
Maybe.
Because it seems like everyone's enjoying it. I have my copies, so I can play them anytime I want, and I'm not doing it on the Switch. But
Oh,
I get it. I get people are like, "Hey, the cartridges are expensive. I'll get this."
Yeah, there's also other options too. You can there's like certain like game. Yeah, they have like a game system you can buy that like has like 200 games on it, like ROMs. I don't remember what it's called, but they're
Sure.
out there.
Oh yeah, those are always around. Sorry, I gotta open the door. Gus wants out.
Oh, you're good.
So yeah. So basically, just been playing too much Pokemon.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing though.
No.
I enjoy my Pokemon.
Apparently, we just needed it.
Yeah, it's been a stressful time.
Yeah, sorry everyone. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but we really wanted to hang out, so we're doing this again.
Yep, and I'm very
Yay.
happy we are.
Yay!
Yay!
Anime-wise, I just wanted to say I'm excited because JoJo's Part 7 is coming out, and that manga is insane.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this. I'm excited we're getting the anime. I'm worried that realistically it won't live up to the manga.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, like, I don't know, be careful with my expectations there, but I'm still excited it's coming. Also, Damon Mills is going to be Joestar, so.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And he's excited. He's been posting pictures of, like, he's been rereading the manga and really getting into the character, and it's very cute. He even painted his
Oh,
nails
sweet.
like Joe's, yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
He's the best. So that's going to come up this month.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with JoJo. I only watched the first 2 seasons,
Oh,
and then I
yay!
just dropped off. Yeah, but it was good.
They're very different from season to season. I like part
Yes.
6. It has the most like women. It has the female joke. So,
Oh,
Jolene,
nice, nice.
she's awesome. I feel like you'd really like that one. It's such a hard one to recommend because it's like, would you like to watch an anime about all these prisoners? And they're in
Yeah.
prison, and that's what you're gonna see for most of it. And people are like, I don't want that. But then they break out of prison, and that's also exciting. And then the
That
ending
does
is
sound
insane.
interesting.
So there's like an interesting build up with it, but it's hard to sell people on it.
Right. Now, so is JoJo the series that you can like watch any part in any order, or do you
Yeah.
have to watch it in order?
I mean, it depends who you ask. A lot of people are like, because between 1 and 6, each part is previous, how do I phrase this? Each part you can watch or read independently, but if you watch it in order, you'll be like, "Oh, that is that guy's grandfather from part 1 and they're related this way." Like there's a bonus to watching it in order, but
Okay.
you don't have to.
So JoJo is like a historical romance novel series where you can read the book in order or not.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's
It all
fun.
comes back to romance.
I just love you. But yeah, JoJo's is interesting because Araki is just such a fascinating and strange guy, and he puts his weirdest parts in JoJo's. Like any notion he has, any slight interest in something, it ends up in the manga. So that's why
That's
you
really
can.
cool.
That's why at one point you're like, here's an invisible ghost and a piano. Okay, next fight, Jolene's fighting a prisoner that can summon meteorites, because I guess Araki read about meteorites recently. Like, that's the kind of
Oh
stuff
my
you get
God.
with him.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And part 7 is kind of like, that's when he wasn't doing it for Jump anymore, and he was kind of making it for himself and producing it himself. So it's completely own thing, and for a majority of it, as you're reading it, you're like, this has nothing to do with the other parts, and we went back in time even though we were going forward in the other ones. And then all of a sudden at one point you're like, it all connects, because he's a
That's
madman
really
like that.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a deep dive when you get into it. But yeah, so part 7's coming. I'm very excited for certain things to come up in the animation, if they do it well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. So that's the only thing I'm really jazzed about lately. It's been hard to get into anime. I think there's just a lot of it, and it seems like a lot of things are remakes, or you have to sit there and wonder, like, I wonder how much of this is AI in here.
Right.
Basically, I want to keep doing my channel and really focus on pre-AI era anime. That's the new goal.
I think that's a really good goal.
Yay. Alright, I just want you to know that you're the best, and thank you for talking to me, and
Yeah.
we gotta do this again. We gotta play more games and talk about more silly shit.
Yeah, we definitely do. I'm really glad you had me on here too. It was really sweet.
Alright, well that's it for this one, guys, and we will see you in the next one. So thank you, Dylan. He's over at Dynamic Dylan. I'm Val from valkayink. Have a nice night.
Bye.